What is up, guys, and welcome to episode number 110. That's 110 for those who like it the other way. Of Just Tap Tasting, where we taste some beers here at the Wilkie that we just tapped. I am Brian Fisher, and this is beer. Specifically beer from Transmitter. They're out of Long Island City, Queens, New York. They've been making beer for only a couple years now. 2015, I think, is when they opened. I'm pretty sure. Somebody confirm that. I think it was 2015. Two guys developed a friendship over like making stuff, creating a variety of different things, whether they were brining pickles or working on new food recipes. Decided that they would explore beer together, and it spawned into a wonderful brewery. Rob and Anthony, the founders of Transmitter, and they're making really great beer. They're doing a lot of wonderful things. Specifically, where they focus is more on the Belgian, classic Belgian styles. They do a lot of saisons and Belgian golden ales and mixed fermentation and wild fermentation and all of these things. And that's kind of what we got on the show here today, which is really exciting. You'll notice we have two beers, and sometimes we do this because sometimes here at the Wilkie we have comparative references on at the same time, which is really fun. It creates this kind of beer experience when you get to taste unique things, beer that are similar but different, and that's what we have here. So we have the Transmitter S1 right here and the SX1 right here. And so the difference between these two beers, principally, let's start with the base and the main one. The S1 is a Mahogany Saison, like many leather-bound books to make this beer. If you got that reference, let me know. Jump in the comments below. I want to know. And we're back. S1, Mahogany Saison, so dark in color like mahogany would infer. And yeah, classic Saison, other than that it's dark. But I'm pretty sure historically, back like hundreds of years ago, when Saisons were first being made, they tended to be on the darker side, I think. I could have that mixed up with a different Belgian style, but I want to say that. We're going to go with it. I might be wrong. But they do, like I said, a lot of these Belgian styles really well. And they're using like a really dry but kind of fruity yeast in this beer. Saisons, classically, Saison meaning season, were made during the brewing season, because brewing way back in the day used to only be a seasonal activity because of lack of refrigeration, really. They needed the colder climates for the fermentation to be able to happen. They couldn't ferment, although Saisons in particular can stand up to hotter temperatures, but still the brewing season was from November to like March-ish. And so Saison season, that's kind of where this name came from and the style came out of. Before we get into tasting and looking at color, let me quickly tell you about the SX1. Same thing, same base beer. The only difference is in fermentation they're pitching brettanomyces, which is a wild yeast strain, and so we're gonna get like a sour kind of funky vibe. Let's take a look at the color. You'll notice, or I will notice, and I will tell you, little more like haze. I would say this is like a deep amber or kind of reddish color. This is approaching more of a brown, like a cloudy brown. So the yeast activity is slightly different, although I could be wrong. Oh, maybe I'm holding it weird. No, this seems slightly, the one with Brett seems slightly darker. Let's take it into the nose one at a time. Dried fruit, prune kind of character. Little bit of spicy, unique, like kind of phenol thing going on the nose here. And then for the Brett, distinctly sour, like tart, dirty cherry. Let's give it a taste. Great, nice spice character, like spice box kind of going on. You're getting some of this like malt character, definitely spicy. You get a nice like dry, like high, kind of hoppy flavor profile. And then let's compare it to the SX1. Wow. So you get a little bit of that base, like dried fruit kind of character, but then what sings through is this like shining bright, like cherry, like red fruit acidity in a really refreshing way. These are both delicious. You should come here to the Wilkie and drink them. while we have them both on at the same time. It's not often we have both of these beers or both beers that are similar with slight iterations on tap, and it's a really cool side-by-side kind of comparison. I was talking to Ian, one of the I think assistant brewers, one of the main schleppers there at the brewery, doing all the hard heavy lifting at times. Great dude, and he was telling me that you should do this side-by-side, and I'm really excited I did, and you should too. Question of the day: what was the last beer you drank side-by-side? I want to know. You jump in the comments below and tell me all about it. Cheers.